What's up, guys? It's Joey the Grit Marketer. I am chilling, obviously. I'm on my couch. You can see my house is dark right now. So today was kind of a rough day. You saw my video earlier. I was surfing, or wanted to go surfing this morning, but there's no freaking waves. So we went for a run. I've been sore all day long because when you run 5 miles on the beach, your calves get really hurt. So here's, it's a little tough getting on because typically when you are trying to market and do Facebook Lives and like be out in the public eye, you want to just show off the cool stuff that you do, the wins. And so one of the things I wanted to do is not be that guy and talk about the losses, the downs. And today was kind of a down. I had a bunch of meetings, semi-productive. I didn't get all the stuff done I wanted to do, which sucks because I just got super exhausted. Sometimes when I do meetings, I get really, really tired afterwards. It depletes me. I'm an introvert, so whenever I'm doing meetings, everything's gone. So my whole day just kind of goes away. But like one of my meetings was with a small business owner of someone who's an ideal client of mine. So I've been creating this new program for Grit Marketer, and what I do when I create new stuff is I do lots of interviews. So I emailed this guy and I said, hey, I love your business. I love your message. I love your entrepreneurship. I want to build something that can help you. Can I take you to lunch? So I bought him lunch. I went over to his shop. We talked marketing for a good 2.5 hours. Super solid dude. And so I kind of pitched him like my idea. I'm like, okay, here's what I want to do to help you. Here's, I just kind of like vomited all the different things I want to do. And he kind of looked at me. He's like, ugh, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to do all that work. I don't really understand this whole online thing. Like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if it's for me. But by the way, I wasn't pitching him either. I was just like trying to get his feedback. And, oh, man. Because, when you come up with ideas and you're like, dude, this is fucking rad. Like, everybody's going to love this. I would love this. Like, yes, I can't wait to, like, share this. And then you share it, and your first response is, ugh, I don't know. It's not the best feeling, So I was a little bummed about that. And, it was like a punch to the stomach. So I was like, oh, man, you don't think that's a good idea? That doesn't sound like, this doesn't gravitate to you. Now, obviously, it's just one person's opinion versus many, so I can't take it to heart too much, but at the same time, I got to listen to it. And it really hit me hard, like, okay, maybe all this fluff that I think is important, maybe is not important right now to people that don't know about this stuff. This, they haven't been acknowledged about this. And so now I'm back in the drawing board and I'm trying to figure out, okay, so, because he did give me some valuable insight. Okay, well, I really like this one thing that you talked about and this one thing that you talked about. And these are like the things that I didn't think were that important. So now I'm able to go back to the drawing board and perhaps keep my program that I want to make, because I think it's kind of an all-inclusive, synergistic, holistic approach to growing a business on your own with coaching and support. But I may need to enter the conversation differently than I've been wanting to enter it, because I'm kind of going in with marketing jargon and lingo and like, this is awesome, this is what you should be doing, and then the response was, I don't really understand it. It sounds complicated, it sounds tough, sounds like a lot of work. And I was like, okay, like that's feedback. But I've been like down all day because like I crashed, after that conversation. And you get unmotivated for a little while, and that's okay. I have to take that hit and then restructure, repivot a little bit, pivot a little bit, shift a little bit, and learn from it. And that's what I'm doing right now. So I wanted to kind of share that, like, hey, it's not always easy. And so the principle today is the principle and the action is to get out there and talk to people about your service. I do this monthly, quarterly for my other company. I've done this like so many times with different companies, but like send out a survey. Ask some deep questions like, why are you here? Why do you stay here? What got you in here? Like, what's like the painful thing that happened or like, you know, like what, like answer. I go superficial, then start doing some deep, then go to some superficial again, and kind of go back and forth in it, so you can kind of get some market data. If you can, invite some clients to lunch. You know, like all my companies, I have client lifetime values. So like I have a report that tells me like a list of my clients and how much they've spent on a lifetime with me, and I can see my top 20%. Because the top 20%, if you add up how much they spent, is usually 80% of the gross. It's just crazy. And so I'll invite them to lunch. I'll take them out. I've done this many times. Ask them questions, probe, prod, ask them what kind of stuff they would like, what kind of stuff they don't really care for. And constantly refine your service and your product around your clients. Fucking, I know, crazy talk. Who would want to do that? It's so simple, yet no one does it. Create and refine your service, your product, your business, what you do around the people that you serve. And you're going to build something awesome. Like, what's the point of building the thing that you want to build if no one's going to give a shit about it? So it's important to do that. So that's your action today. The thing to take away is when you see this video, I want you to write down, like, okay, who are the top 3 or 4 people that I can invite to lunch? If you can't do that, who can I call? You can email them and say, hey, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'm the owner. You know, I'll buy you a Starbucks gift card if you jump on the phone with me, or a video session with me, or whatever. How can you create surveys? How can you create conversations about your services and really touch deep on what you do, why you do it, to get some valuable insight of how you can shift what you're doing to match what they want. Okay, that's it for today. Hopefully you are okay with me not coming in strong, powerful, like excited, and more like, hey, I had a defeat, but I'm turning it around to not just being like, oh man, he didn't like my stuff, I should just give up. No, I'm taking that and I'm twisting it a little bit in my stomach and my heart, and I'm like, okay, how do I make this better for people like that? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. And tomorrow, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to whiteboard that shit out, come to stage 2 or phase 2 of it, and talk to another person with the new refined approach, and kind of keep doing it until I finally figure out that like sweet spot where it's like no brainer, like, oh my God, that sounds awesome. Like, that's my goal, right? And so that's my encouragement to you guys. All right, bye.